Conjugate Chronicles episode 4. We're opening up on Monday. We have 155 for 12 sets of 3. We did it in 4 set clusters. Taking about a 10-second break in between. I feel it's really helping me out, pushing me to drive through the top of the lockout, especially when I'm in a fatigue state. This is my last set here. Really initiating that leg drive, driving to the top of the lift. I'm pausing my wider grips, and just because that's my competition grip. So I want to get used to pausing it in that position. The speed doesn't change much though, which is nice to see. After this, I hit 275 for a set of 6 with a real wide grip. Paused those also. Then I moved on to my military press, which was my program called to work up to a heavy-ish 5. So after the speed work and the set of 6 with 275, 175 for 5 was about where I called it. It was about maybe a 7 on an RPE scale. So here's Kyle with his press day. Kyle's elbow's been bothering him. Used in the football bar here. I believe this is 185 for a set of 5. Driving his head through. Kyle never really gets any leg drive. I cheat. I always get a little heel pop off the ground, but Kyle doesn't do much cheating in the press. Driving his head through real nice. Moving into Wednesday, we had a dynamic effort squat day. Safety squat bar with about 205 pounds of weight with average bands. So did 10 sets of 2. We had about 45-second break in between. Then I worked up to 495 for sumo pulls off about 1.5 inch plate. This is the biggest range of motion I've done since I've injured my back, and I was really happy with the position I kept and the way I finished the race. So that was a positive. Here's Kyle's deadlift day at 545 for 2. He's finishing through the reps, which is nice, and then he sets it back down. He did this last week too. It's good because you deadlift at the end of a meet. You're going to be fatigued. You're going to be in an exhausted state, so you might as well train like that. I mean, he pulls his first rep, he comes back in about not even 15-20 seconds later, and he's pulling his second rep. Pulling strong, keeps his back flat, finishes through, gets a little bobble right above his knee, starts getting a little bit shaky, but he finishes it through. Looking for big things from Kyle in the meet in December 5th. Here's a little bit of my accessory day. Being a raw lifter, you need quads, so my accessory day on Thursday for my lower body always involves a lot of quad work. I have some leg presses. I do some Bulgarian split squats. Quads, glutes, and lower back are my big weak points, so I try to target them. Here's my max effort Friday. Bench press, we went up to a shoulder saver single. This is 375. Was really happy with this. Self pick off. Really grinded through a sticking point and finished the rep strong. Then I tightened my grip up and I went 325 for 2 sets of 5. I'm not sure what I was happy about more, the 375 or the 325, because it's finally nice to throw around 3 plates like it's nothing. So I was happy with that. Moving in at Saturday. Here's Steve. We took 2 mats out from the box from last week, and we did some rep work. We slapped some reverse bands on. That was what it called for me, and Steve was just working in. So it was nice. Steve got some good volume in. He went 5 for 5 with 225 here, and we're working down on that box, and sooner or later we're going to get back to free squatting. My program called for a 5 rep reverse band squat. I was happy with this. It's not a deload, but it's more of a rep week. It's a max effort Saturday, but this is my first time free squatting in about 6 weeks, so I'm happy with it. 460 for 5 here. The knee wraps felt good. Sitting back into it, kept my knees from caving in, and finished it strong. No back movement. Then I went into 500 for 1, which is good. I'm feeling some heavier weights. My sticking point's right above parallel, so I usually come out of the hole pretty fast. But then about halfway up, I always hit a wall. So right where these bands let go, right about there is my sticking point, and I'm happy to be grinding through these points. Last week with the chain, and then this week with the reverse band. Kyle went 545 for 2 with a nice big squat before his meet, and he just killed them. He killed them both. Looked really good. Keep following, keep subscribing. We'll check you next week. Out here.